Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it guys. So today we have another video for the patch day and we are flying out the new Mirage, the Mirage 2005F. The new iteration of the Mirage 2000 added for the French tech tree. And let me just tell you, it's mediocre, just like the C variant. So yeah, let's get on with it. I mean, first of all, just kind of a disclaimer, and don't intend to offend anybody that likes the Mirage. I know there are people that can actually fly this aircraft correctly and get a lot of kills with it, but you have to understand that this aircraft, even with the 5F modification, that basically it's nothing compared to the original one, makes the aircraft, you know, kind of the same from what it was, and what it was already kind of mediocre. It's an aircraft that you cannot basically get more than 2-3 kills each match. Of course, you can. I understand that you can get 24,000 kills per match if you are a good Mirage pilot. And I say that because I don't mean to offend any Mirage pilots, because they are a little bit, you know, they don't like when I talk like this about their Mirage. But I really think that it is kind of a mediocre aircraft. It's kind of like a support aircraft. I mean, yes, it has everything to be good. It has a very good radar, it has very good missiles, but it just lacks that little spice that makes top tier aircraft very, very good. And I don't know, it just doesn't get it. I mean, it's just the same old aircraft. So let's just talk a little bit about the pros and cons of it, and talk about if it's even worth to actually fly this thing or even research this thing. First of all, yes, it's the same aircraft as the C. The only major difference in air battles will be the different radar, which, by the way, it's not that different in the game right now to the original RDI, right? I am pretty sure, I have to check, but I'm pretty sure that the RDI got buffed. And the RDY, which is this version of the radar, it's pretty much the same. But I mean, that was the thing in the dev server. I don't know how it is right now, so I'm not gonna say too much. But overall, just the same aircraft for air battles, but with a better radar. The only part that is actually different for general battles or ground battles would be the additional air-to-ground weaponry that this aircraft have. So it's way better at the original compared to the original C, right? But then we have to talk about, as I was saying, the cons and pros of it. The cons, there's a lot of cons about this aircraft. The thrust weight is very mediocre. It takes its time accelerating and stuff, you know. I mean, not every aircraft needs to be a MiG-29, but compared to top tiers, like the F-14B, like the MiG-29, like even the F-16, it is, I mean, it's lacking a little bit. The thrust weight of it is a little bit lowered compared to those, right? It loses a lot of energy when turning, just like any Delta Wing, so it's not its fault, but yes, Delta Wings lose a lot of energy. Together with not producing a lot of power, or I don't know what happens if it does produce a lot of power, but it's just the Delta Wings that make you feel like you don't have a lot of power. I don't know. It just feels like the aircraft is... you know, it kind of loses a lot of energy, and then you have to be careful because you're going to be very, very slow in the middle of many targets, right? The missiles. Yes, the missiles are amazing. The MatAWG is a very good missile, and to be honest, the Super 530D is a fairly good missile at short ranges, or, I mean, I wouldn't even say that. The MatAWG first. Well, the MatAWG is a very good missile, all aspect, of course, and it has one of the best IRCCMs in the game right now in top tier, right, for aircraft. It has basically the same level of IRCCM as other missiles, but it has an extra thing that helps, which is the smaller FOV compared to other missiles like the 9L, the R60M, and others, right? But still, just 2 of them, so problematic, right? Then you go for these Super 530s. Yes, they are alright missiles, they can do a lot of damage, but to be honest, guys, I mean, yes, even though you can technically hit targets for up to 40 kilometers right now in the game with it, you will never hit the target in these further away distances, making it inferior to the AIM-7 and the R-27s, and even the R-24, to be honest, in range and just BVR fighting in general. But then in short range, I mean, it must be good, right? I mean, I don't know. I still prefer to take any R27, any R24, or even the Sparrows, that they all feel that they turn better. It feels like a very big and heavy missile, to be honest, for its own power. So it kind of just lacks the thrust to weight to actually make it a very reliable short-range dogfighting radar missile as well. So, you know, then okay, you only have 4 missiles. 2 of them are, you know, IR, and then 2 of them are these radar that it's not that useful. Okay, you can, okay, but then you have the cannon, right? But yeah, the DEFAs aren't the greatest thing ever as well. I mean, it's a very weird cannon. It's hard to hit sometimes. Yes, people get used to them, but it is a very cannon, you know. It doesn't have the, like, I don't know, the velocity maybe. I don't know what it is exactly, but it feels like a very weird gun to use compared to the Vulcan and the 30 millimeters or even the 23 millimeters for the Soviets, right? It just is an overall very mediocre aircraft, to be honest, and it's not its fault. It is just a light fighter, you know. It's made to be similar to something like an F-16, right? It's not supposed to be the main fighter of the nation, or I mean, it is supposed to be like that because that was the fighter that the French had, but you know what I mean. It's more of a light fighter than a superior, you know, high altitude interceptor or even like superior high altitude fighter, right? Like the Su-27, F-15, F-14. And even for a light fighter, it lacks some of the stuff that I like in light fighters, which is the thrust to weight specifically, and just having at the same time a very good BVR missile. So it kind of like it doesn't do anything good, you know. I know, I'm sorry guys, I know you love the Mirages, but they're always kind of weird. They always are. Oh, it's always like this, the community. Oh, but the next Mirage will be better. No, but the next one will be so OP that it's not going to be even able to be added right now. And then it's added and it's the same weird aircraft, you know. As I said, if the pilot actually flies this aircraft pretty well and, you know, for a very long time maybe, and properly understands its features and quirks and, you know, the way that everything is, yes, you will be able to get a lot of aces with it. But you're always on the back foot. Always. 1v1s, yes. In a 1v1 with just guns against the majority of the aircraft, you have the ability to win. But when does 1v1s happen in normal battles? Normally, never. You normally are in the middle of matches. You get a missile launch, you get a kill, you go for the next one. It's difficult to have properly difficult dogfights in top tier right now, right? In 1v1s. So this ability that the Mirage has to even beat the F-16 and the MiG-29 in the right hands in a 1v1 dogfight with just guns and stuff doesn't feel like it's useful enough, you know? And it's even the Raider. I mean, the Raider is probably one of the best Raiders in the game. The RDY can have a very long range of more than 100 kilometers very easily for most of the targets. You will have a very, very good blind speed, so it is a very unnotchable Raider with the normal search pull stopper mode of the BDM-PRF, right? Like, it's really, really good. You notice that it's very good at that. But the missiles, they don't have the range. You have, like, just 2 of them for long-range missiles. And to be honest, I mean, even if the target is close nearby, you know, 15-kilometer shot, it's a very close shot. If the target notches you, even if you maintain a radar lock, the missile will just self-explode. So it's so many cons, and I mean, there is only one pro. That is the ability of the Magic Choose to actually kill targets, which is very good, and also the radar. But I mean, you cannot even use properly the radar, and the Magic Choose, I mean, you only have 2 of them. And they are still flareable, they're not like an invincible missile anyway, right? So, and you just have 2. So even the pros have their cons as well, right? So it's pretty, I don't know, maybe when the Mikas come and you have a lot more missiles and you are able to properly use this radar, maybe it will be better. But remember that even when Mikas come, a lot of other missiles will come as well. PL-12s, R-77s, A-120s, everybody will have that. And the performance of this aircraft will still be the same. So I don't know where some people think that this aircraft, when it was announced, it was going to be so OP. Oh my god, a lot of people were saying that. And it really is not. It is basically the same aircraft, the same kind of support aircraft. If you know me, I don't like to call aircraft support aircraft, but indeed, if there is a support aircraft in top tier, it is the Mirage 2000. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Mirage, and I see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you want to see in the channel in the upcoming days. Bye guys, see you.